Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Fatima Farmer, and I empower young women to find their God-given purpose through faith and practical advice. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 questions you should be asking yourself before you quit your job that you hate. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. Also, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more discussions on faith, make sure you head over to my second channel, Soul Beauty Chat, where we have live Bible studies every single week. So, if you're watching this video, it's obviously because you don't like your job. Maybe you are working somewhere where you feel like you're overqualified. Maybe your coworkers are annoying, your boss is evil. Whatever the case may be, I want to first encourage you by saying that I've been in that space before, and I know that all too well, which is why I can speak to this from a place of experience. Fortunately enough, I can say that that's not the case for me now. Very fortunate, very blessed, and so grateful that that's not my case right now. But I've been there before where I felt like, the people that I worked for weren't people that I wanted to be around. And I know how tough and draining that can be on you mentally and physically. So I want to share with you guys a few questions that honestly I wish I would have asked myself when I was in those tough situations in the past, and just things that you should consider and ask yourself before you decide to take matters into your own hands and try to change your circumstances. A lot of times when we are in a season of waiting, when we're in a season of lack or not understanding God's will, we often feel like, we often get tempted to want to try and manipulate the situation, change it, speed up the process. But if you're in that season, know that you're in that season for a reason. You are in a place, especially as a Christian, our paths are predestined. Our paths have been called and aligned, and we have to trust that God is leading us with a purpose in mind. I actually want to share scripture. I believe it's Romans chapter 8 verse 28. We know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. So just know that, your will will be done if it's according to God's will, regardless of what your situation may look like right now, regardless of the pain or suffering you feel like you're facing in your current job or don't necessarily want to be. Know that it's all a part of God's plan. So 3 questions that you should ask yourself before you quit this job, okay? So number one is ask yourself, what can I learn? Ask yourself honestly and answer from a truthful place. What can you learn right now in the space that you are in? When I think back to all of the jobs that I swear I hated so much, I didn't want to be there. I worked in retail. I worked with evil customers. I worked with rude people. And a lot of the times I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around these people. But I learned a lot of really valuable lessons. For example, working in retail and in sales allow me to be so much better at the job that I do today, where I work with people, I coach people, I work in customer support. So I'm constantly talking to people, I'm constantly helping people, and it's allowed me to operate from a place of compassion and an ability to not take everything so personal. So ask yourself, what can you learn at the current job and in the current role that you are in? Even if you feel like your destiny is so much greater, maybe you feel like you're called to be an entrepreneur or business owner, know that you're there for a reason. Number 2 is, who can I help? So a lot of times when we're placed in situations, we tend to just focus on ourselves and not pay attention to the people around us, the people who may need us, and how we can be of service to other people. A lot of times we think that everything is about us, and oftentimes God will place us in a situation with difficult people so that we can be that light. So ask yourself, in your current work environment, who can I help? Who am I here to possibly bring closer to God? Although we have these amazing purposes and plans for our life according to God's will, we also have to realize that one of his main purposes for us is to be used as a tool to bring people closer to him. So ask yourself, who can I help? And the final question is, Am I relying on God or am I relying on myself? I remember back when I was in my retail days and it was a struggle for me to get up and go in. It was a struggle for me to talk to people at work. It was a struggle for me to make those sales and be nice to people when they were being mean. And that was because I was operating from a place of my personal willpower. We have to understand sometimes that in order to get through things, we need God to assist us. So understand that He's right there, willing and ready to support you and to help guide you through this process. But you have to be open to receiving His help. So stop trying to do everything from your willpower and ask if God will intercede and allow you to operate from a place of His power. So those are the 3 things that you should ask yourself before you quit that job that you cannot stand. I know it may be hard, but trust and believe that I've been there and it gets better, and it'll be so much easier if you try to change your perception. So I hope to see you guys over there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.